So the day started out like normal. Woke up, got up, made some coffee, drank said coffee, immediately had to shit, went to go wipe my ass and realized this is the sorest my shoulders have been in a long time. And it was from the dumbest workout. But it had two things going for it. There were movements that my body wasn't used to, and I had an incredible connection. So today we're going to go over that exact shoulder workout and how to take those two principles and turn any shoulder workout into a winner. Let's get after it. So no one's ever proud of or wants to admit when they have a half-assed workout, but let's face it, life happens. In this particular case, I was up all night the night before filming, so I got no sleep, busy with the dogs the entire next day. So by the time we got to the gym, it was late the next night, and I tried everything. Tried to snort a few lines of pre-workout, no effect. I even tried that trick when you're on a road trip and you're nodding off, so you start pulling out leg hairs, try to snap out of it, nothing. But my ego was too strong to go home. So I told my wife, you know what? Even more than ever, we're going to focus on using different angles and really just trying to get that connection. And unlike that time in a Mexico bar where I tried to arm wrestle everybody, chanting USA, and then try to turn around to get my friends involved and realized I was by myself, this is one of those cases that having an ego really worked out because I added a few exercises to my list of favorites, and I didn't end up in a jail in Mexico with nothing but a jar of mayonnaise, so it was a big win. So if you've seen any of my videos in the past, you know that for posterior delts, I'm a huge fan of rotations, either done at a 45-degree angle to work against gravity, or sitting nice and tall, working against no gravity, and in spite of what some people think, that's still a phenomenal exercise for your rear delts. You don't believe me? If you're sitting at home watching this while you're taking a shit, just tuck your elbows into your side and rotate those hands back and flex as hard as you can. You'll find that the thing that contracts the most are those rear delts. But on this particular workout, I didn't trust myself wielding two dumbbells. So instead, I set up a bench on a steep incline, used that hand closest to it to support myself, and then lean against it. What that allowed me to do is do rotations where I'm parallel to the floor, but as I get closer to the top, I can lean against that bench and rotate even more to open up that shoulder, creates a more intense contraction. And as good as that one was, this one was even better because I set up like a normal T with that palm supinated and you come right out to the side. But instead of doing that, you follow the contraction of your rear delt, which will bring you a little bit more back and down. And this one lights you up. So next I went over to cables because when you're chasing a connection, these are going to be your best friend. And you're only going to benefit from slowing down and flexing each rep. So what I did is I broke down cable side laterals into 3 sections: the top, the middle, and the very bottom. And the cool part about that is it gets progressively easier as you go. We know that those partials at the top are a horrible experience. You're going to do 15 reps there, but because it gets easier, you're able to do 15 reps in the middle and partials at the bottom. But I figure why not throw a little salt on it and do 15 full reps at the very end. And if you're sitting there thinking, that's a lot of reps, what else are you doing with your life? So I went over to hit bus drivers, but then I noticed a little old lady next to me who was just happier than hell to be there, working through a uric acid buildup, and then I envisioned myself starting bus drivers, slowly fading and eventually passing out and dumping that plate right on that sweet little old lady's Velcro shoe and ending her life. So instead, I opted for a single arm press. And normally I would opt for something other than a press, but this one's a little bit different because we're going to really isolate the anterior delt by holding the elbow in a fixed position. So as you go down, really force that stretch by leaning back. As you contract up, lean forward and only contract as high as that anterior delt will let you. And you're going to find that you can use a lot less weight, you have a better connection, and even people with jacked up shoulders are going to love this one. Lastly, we're going to finish it up by hitting more rear delts because most people need it on cables and really focusing on hitting different angles and paths. So starting out with a bent over right out to the side, then walking a little bit forward, squeezing up and out, and then lastly, back and down. Now, just as, if not more important, we're going to focus on getting an extreme stretch, which is a little counterintuitive, but we're using such light weight. We're doing 20 reps that starting in that extreme stretch position, is going to really give you a better connection to that rear delt because you're already going to be engaged because you're forcing that stretch. And then from there, you just have to not lose the connection as you come down. If you haven't got the garage program yet because of financial reasons, that sucks because it's $20. I'm legally not allowed to give financial advice, but if I were, I would say get some ping pong balls or a harmonica and start an OnlyFans page and get after it.